mix here as well. Rally if you two up Banana, Twist, he's trying to take some space. Looking for a find, will be smoked off to deny, so drawing out the nades.
Yeah, not too many more where they came from. They will not be able to keep up the wall as the clock plentiful. My God.
Defending a bit of control here, FaZe across the map, just looking for this space. Very standard stuff on Inferno early. Nobody wanting to be too pacey in a round like this. I don't know what buy they're up against.
These slow rounds as well just help you get your head screwed on tight. You had the walkout, dopamine flowing through your veins. You've got to keep a steady hand. Process of elimination now for FaZe. They start their advance. Carrigan always likes to be the leader of the pack in every definition.
It's a hard crossfire to break here. Stuck's on the other home side, but they're coming in.
Gruesome twosome, Electronic, Simple, called upon, and the Deagle strikes. First good night for Electronic, Simple. An exquisite double, but that'll do nicely. Carrigan, bit of sign of the times, I think, just trigger happy, but that'll do.
Easy done right there. Didn't get enough out of the pit player. Simple double this one out. Bomb goes down again, and FaZe will be converting 2-0 out the gates.
Those Galils hold fast in that second round. Especially on T-side Inferno. FaZe getting it out of the way. First half of the first map of the series.
Yeah, try not to make this one a third map decider if you're Carrigan. I think remove that from the major finals. Let's see if we've got a dud this time round. That's what everybody's looking for. Slow and steady wins the race here on the T side. You don't want to overstep. You don't want to give anything over. Much weaker this time round, NAVI. Good trading onto the site here. NAVI not worried, not concerned about this one, and could see Twist online early with a couple of kills. But a smattering of pistols out again, and can there be a difference maker in the round? Flashes, mollies, rain on out. Stalling any NAVI early peaks. They've got to hold them back for now.
Robs hasn't seen a single soul in these first 2 rounds. And that may continue. NAVI doing everything they can to puff up their chest. Feign presence and pressure.
You have to take a risk in a round like this from NAVI, right? You're down to just the pistols here. You're hoping you've gambled correctly. The question is, do they want to block them or do they want to let them in? Ideally, have them run through the gray screen here if you are NAVI.
Still 60 seconds. Perfecto responsible, will get the smoke out. Do they go through? They don't have to. Decisions to be made, and the spray does chip away.
Just enough for a second wave here out of FaZe. They're going to test the issue.
Ready and waiting. Down goes Simple. And that will be Perfecto added to the list. One remaining close. And he's trying every trick he can. Actually, connects. Moki surviving. A blade straight to the chest, but walks away from it. That will be the 3-0 conversion, and convincingly so.
Yeah, very clean stuff. Hasn't been a moment of worry so far coming out of FaZe. Great stuff as well for the likes of Brokey and Twist to get on the board early. These two individuals representing their countries, the first from Latvia, Canada. You've got Robs from Estonia as well to represent their country in a major grand final.
Norway.
Yeah, well, Rain was there before, back with that Boston final, I think, that has haunted them for many years.
Oh, that one. It's been so much fun to see the fire lit within Rain. Watching from home with your feet up as your team, your captain, lift the trophy this year. Lit a fire inside of him, and I'm sure we can all understand and put ourselves in the shoes of him. Admirable stuff. But it is time, Chad. Are you ready for our first gunny?
Yeah, a little bit of a bonus here out of FaZe. They've got this MAC-10 still in the hands of Brokey. No AWP out for him just yet, but NAVI are into the full buys. Do FaZe want to just continue slow and steady as you like, or do they want to try and throw something with a little bit more flavor their way? Defensive smoke drop top banana. That's going to isolate any early information for NAVI as Rain up and to that boiler room quite quickly. This is fast for the mid control. Molly over the top. Look how passive NAVI. They're not leering mid. They're not taking any fights. They're giving the room over. Karrigan chipped on down a bit of flak damage, but you can see the pressure point that Karrigan wants to work on here early.
Oh, little bit of damage inflicted, unconfirmed, but
They have a lot of room, right? FaZe right now, they have all the room that they could hope for and some more. Just juggling here, Perfecto on the way back over, bringing a bit more to the fight on B.
a couple of spares. That will work out nicely with the time remaining.
Just note Simple's position here. If this is a committal, he can get over and help this two-man holdout very, very quickly. So the response time on this will be fast. Bit of gap in this as well.
FaZe Clan looking to put NAVI back into the dumps. Simple has sight, takes down the leader. Heavy damage, but they are across 20 seconds, running out of players. It's up to these three, and Twist does deliver. Time, oh! So much damage, 1 HP on Simple, but he does fell Twists. A nice upgrade, a valuable one, a compulsory one. Rops alongside for the ride, yet to die. Long range, brave from Brokey, needs one, gets it! And on the advance, another from Rops! That 1 HP, Twist's handiwork may very well haunt Simple. And his attempt here in the clutch time, very low. Brokey, 6 feet lower. Simple, 1 HP, Rops yet to die. Who comes down on top? It's Rops! Robin keeps his cool. We see the 4-0. NAVI yet to get off the starting mark.
Had that three-man stack over towards B. You saw that execute come in. Simple speedway position. He was there in time. They get the opening kill. Looks like they were trading quite efficiently onto the site. But it's that star trio. Brokey, Twist, and Robs getting the necessary kills on that site, close it down, and the aggression that they were able to continue within those fights. They weren't allowing NAVI to set up in that retake. And look at this, a bit of an investment here out of NAVI. Some interesting purchases. Boomage, CZ, Simple with something a little bit out of the box here.
Yeah, and they are going to flirt with something a bit more avant-garde, a little off the beaten path.
It's a very powerful position from Simple here. Not necessarily the first clear as you round the corner. The Alligator might munch away at a couple of FaZe players here when they do try their luck at that mid-control. A pack mentality out of FaZe here. You can see them grouping together, clearing this out as a unit. They have the utility to do so.
Boomich's sixth sense tingles. But who will be made the ghost? Tries his luck. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Look how low they are. FaZe's ears are ringing. As Boomich swings around, swinging. Still yet to frag.
They're in a bit of trouble here. Remember this position. This could be massive right now. The HP of FaZe is a huge problem here.
They're so weak. And Simple ready to stand tall. Pumps him for the ledge, just the one. Kept honest. Favors FaZe now heavily. What is Bit supposed to do? A Kevlar vest and a Deagle? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And the same case for Perfecto. Spotted out, nice find, but that looks like a foreboding fifth.
Just try not to give over a gun here. Keep as many alive as possible right now. Perfecto looking to do a bit more damage. But this is a 5-0 start for FaZe. This is beautiful stuff. You couldn't ask for anything better on the T side of Inferno right now.
Yet to see an AWP in play for anyone.
Money hasn't been there for NAVI just yet. FaZe have had the options to go for it, but just want to keep it rifle heavy, keep it as a bit of a pack.
Is Brokey one that wouldn't shy away?
T-side AWP, right? This is the thing. On a map like Inferno, if you want to lock down a bit of territory, if you want to try and stop Simple from going for swings and peaks, then yeah, bring it out. But if you're more than happy to operate with these AKs, it's a bit more versatile. So the T side at AWP, if Simple has one and he loses it, Brokey might pick it up, right?
Sure,
That's when we see it come into play here. But just want to note the selfless nature of Carrigan there, right? Him jumping forward, you saw that draw Simple's crosshair wide. If he just jiggle peeked, like most players would, the art of the wide swing is dead, right? So Carrigan just jumping wide, drawing that crosshair, saved them a few more bodies. So big stuff from the leader as we get back underway into round number 6. Still no AWP out in play for NAVI here, but will they try and take some aggressions, find an opening? Well, speak of the orb, here it is from Brokey. Aggressive maneuver forward will be noted.
He's fired off the shot and it echoes across Inferno. NAVI all too aware now. You can see this scouting party starting to poke and prod towards the apartments. Simple the same, throws a couple of mag into it.
Yeah, Rob's put on notice there. Chipped on down to 26, so he's going to have to operate a little bit more passive here. Rob shouldn't be a problem for him. But this is just the standard Inferno at the moment. It's about pulling utility, it's about playing the chessboard, taking it slow, the default spreads.
You know, I heard from Carrigan's interview about T-side Inferno feeling like one of their best in the pool. Everyone on the same page. I can imagine that's a euphoric feeling. It's game time, folks. 40 seconds, FaZe. Flash Simple out of the fray. Not ready. Ray needs it, gets it back. A vital trade. And still pressure on B as well. NAVI scratching their heads. Where is this final commitment coming from? Boomich, oh, down and out! Brokey's caught it through the smoke, and now only one man can save NAVI. Put that pound on the board. And playtime cancelled by Brokey. Rain even had the rotate.
Yeah, that's the key right there. That Rain killed the trade back. That was the most important kill of the entire round. It meant that FaZe didn't have to rotate back and try and go towards A. They weren't just going to run into B limp. That kill actually opened the round up completely here, and all they had to do was find those kills. You say, oh, that kill from Brokey through the smoke. Miraculous stuff right there. Just being very diligent. Boomich goes down, and that's the round. This is a fantastic start for FaZe. It's not often you see NAVI getting blanked like this. A 6-0 start.
I mean, it would be something rather special if they can continue to build up on this. I mean, 6, they'd have bit your hand off. They would. And they've got it in the first 6 of play.
It's very unlikely that NAVI stays this quiet, right? If FaZe are able to pants them here and just have, we're talking like a 9-10 round spread on this T side, that would be monumental. It's unlikely to see them push that limit now as NAVI saved a couple of guns. The loss bonus is in their favor, but that's where the good news ends, right? Yeah. You mentioned the AWP. It's not possible to get out still. FaZe will be aware of that. They have them right where they want them. They know the players that they're killing. They're aware of the economy. They know the loss bonus, so they can keep running rounds like this. A couple more clean ones. You can see the cash right now for Robson Rain, both over that 10K mark, and a timeout called now. The eye test here, you'd need someone to dig through the stats, but every time it feels like Blade calls a timeout, NAVI respond with a round of their own. The coach for NAVI is a mastermind, the puppet master, pulling the strings and pulling his players right where they need to be. Let's see if we get that response.
Yeah, they say life imitates art, but Master Splinter and Blade definitely have some parallels.
Because of this pace that FaZe has been throwing, you might see a pace change out of them or continue. If it ain't broke, don't change it. NAVI would just love to find an opening exchange here, a chance where they can find a favored duel. Look how tight FaZe are playing. They're not giving anything over at all.
Yeah, Boomich has had very little to play with on his banana adventures. Chipped away at the Canadian twists on the grand final stage. Functioning with about half health. This is the flash. Brokey on his signature weapon and looking to find a way in. They don't come easy. Little glimmer of rain. Information conveyed on the reaggress. Just hanging in the balance, and Simple puts himself straight into the line of fire. Bit now called upon, and that's another on the T-side. Oh, Brokey hits double digits, and the rest will come. Brokey triple. What are they to do?
Save again. This is very miserable right now. And I'm looking at the details of this. How many rounds have they pressured Arch? They're actually trying to target Simple's position on the map, and they've done it consistently. 3 of these rounds right now where Navi have had guns, they're either dealing with the rotation, right, that weak point, because Arch is where you rotate between the bomb sites, or they're seeking him out, trying to bait him into fights. Right. That is the perfect example right there.
Yeah.
FaZe have come in with a game plan of target Simple. How many teams pull that off?
How many teams are brave enough to pull that off?
See, he had problems as well. Boomich yet to find a kill. He's not finding any traction in Banana. Bit yet to get a kill.
Yeah.
Electronic with just 1. Simple has 7, sure, but it doesn't matter when he goes down. He's not in the play. He can't rotate around. The Boomich might not get anything here. Rain decapitates. 1 left. Perfecto, he's been spotted. Dicked up 2, and he's going to go on down. Clean sweep. Brokey with the 4K on the AWP.
That's going to be feeling absolutely A1 for the Latvian. And this is how it started, Chad.
Yeah, it can't be stressed enough. Look who's the first death. Remember when Rain went long side, they traded off of that? You also had Carrigan before in the first gun round, wrap Arch side.
Yeah.
It's all been Arch. This is where the target is right now, and NAVI are left scratching their heads. An upgrade into some pistols here, down in the dumps. Maybe FaZe getting that 10 rounds on this T side is possible.
I mean, this is going to be Carrigan hyper-focused, zoned in.
They found a weakness, and we're just saying if Blade takes a timeout, they traditionally convert around. Still yet to see the AWP come out. I'm sure that big red button will be hit for Navi into the next. Bit might be the man having to drop that. You can see the residual cash he's left over. Simple obviously gets a couple more liberties to be taken, and FaZe are just sticking to the same script. Bait it out, see what they're up to, take the map control.
They've got it down to a science now. Quasi-buy for Navi, not interested in full investment for round 8. And again, Chad, we've seen this before, significant threatening damage dealt before the final commitment.
Well, look where the gap is right now. They can almost waltz on up, just 1 smoke, have nothing to worry about as they make their way up that short side. But remember, they have been going long, so maybe they want to test that yet again.
Navi seem to hope so as well. Back, thinks better of that. Oh, nade looks good, and that's a shot and a bit. Sits Rain down, a weapon tantalizingly close, but another body down. Defensive smoke just for survival now and retrieval. Maybe more to be said about Bit hiding in plain sight. Does take another body.
Time's a problem here.
They have to plant. They are into the site, established, but with a man advantage for Navi. Still 7 rounds have passed without any Navi resistance. Is this where things change, or can FaZe fight 3 on 4? It's up to Carrigan. Brokey does hit the shot, and Carrigan good for the headshot now, running out of options. And that'll do! That'll do nicely! It's Twist with a 2-piece. And we see the score if you've just joined us. Yes, this is reality. Map 1 of your grand finals here at the PGL Major Antwerp 2022. And FaZe are 8-0 up. This is the reality we live in.
This could be the change right here. We spoke about it. The AWP to come out for Simple. Half's already been won. FaZe have done more than enough here. Anything else is the cherry on top, but we need some resistance from NAVI now.
Who else but Simple to try and change the dialogue? Another setup shift. Trying every trick in the book just to get off of that goose egg.
So they're trying to take a fight here. This is the first time they're actually trying to lock down mid. They know that Arch has been that weakness. Flash is a setup. This might be a smoke in the hand of Brokey.
Yeah, that's
he
a
can
geeky
flash
one.
from this position as well. We've seen IP try something tricky in the book back in the day.
Still with vision. Still no bloodshed. It's Electronic. He is a big game player. The Des discussed it too, out of Electronic. Might need more out of him though. Decisions to be made. And it's a big one out of Robs. Stops Electronic from building further. Distinct disadvantage only extended as Bits does strike. It's Brokey up against the odds. One luxury is the bomb, but standing in his way is the GOAT himself. Using the smoke, that's not gonna stop him. And there you have it. NAVI break their silence. And it starts with Electronic.
So we have to see a kill out of Boomage here if you want the bad news report that's coming out for NAVI. That is the changing of the tide. They do invest into the AWP. They do find traction, but it wasn't really with the AWP. It was with the rifles locking this down top mid. But it was the stance that was different. Right? They weren't giving so much space. They were happy to defend, and there's Simple finishing the round off here. But FaZe are back into things. A couple more of those necessary for NAVI if they want to break this economy right now for FaZe.
Yeah, they got plenty of cash to splash. Simple. Cautious. Twist has a little idea as to aggression, wants to try and punish on a tiny slither of smoke, but now already replaced.
Done a lot here, right? They've already been able to draw out smokes. Boomage is going to signal the fact he has this Famus over towards B.
A clear intent now. FaZe looking to show that that single round was just a flash in the pan. And regular scheduled programming ready to return for round 10. Look at where the bomb is, though. This is all just smoke and mirrors. There's another smoke,
yeah,
chat. That's
just
another
drawing
smoke.
out. This is all this is about, just drawing the util out. Simple stuff from FaZe. Here, spotted. Electronics all selling the dome of the head. Has to be very careful. He's scooped up now. Time 45 seconds on the clock. FaZe will show indications now where they do want to finish this round. What's the closer going to be?
NAVI flying relatively blind here. No answers top. Banana. Rain just crawls on out. He evades the first spray of Bit, and he is ready, but so are NAVI. Simple on long. One down, only Robs really, and he's got two. Simple. Cuts them off with a pass, and on the cross, Carrigan joins them. Brokey, dead to rights. 10 seconds, he wants to die and will. A triple out of Simple. They've been focusing on him, still finds himself at the very tippy top.
It's quite clear they're still trying to play with that rotation. They throw a B fake, right? You could see FaZe what they're trying to do. They're just trying to keep NAVI moving. The B fake right there is to draw Simple or whoever the arch rotator is over towards B. Nobody moves, right? NAVI have adjusted. They've said, let's sit back, let's wait, let's let the fight come to us. We won't create these gaps. Simple shuts them down. So great stuff here as we are getting into the thick of things now. This is the opportunity to break the bank balance. A big round for NAVI coming ahead. If they can deny this plan, if they can make sure there's no saves, they'll set themselves up to claw this half back to be respectable. Caught him out. Just caught him out, just walks on up. Robs, how's he find a gap like that? They've been watching mid every other time, and now it's Boomage's turn. He needs a kill.
And he will find it! Twists. First time we've seen him punished for his adventures early up the banana. You can see there is a hidden smoke to be retrieved.
Not sure how much that's going to do. FaZe might get a move on right now. They've got the kill they're looking for.
There's
More
pace.
intent.
There is a lot of pace behind them here.
Look at the gap. There's such a massive hole right now. It needs to be filled by Simple. He's going to have to do this alone.
Yeah, he's been called upon here. Nice contribution out of Electronic, but FaZe still stubborn. On the way in, a missed shot goes punished, and it's up to Perfecto. Carrigan refuses to die. A 2-on-2. A battle of wits and fortitude. Blind. Time starts to tick. Favor of FaZe. Robs responsible. 2 AWPs. Chad, what are they up to? They can't miss these shots. And he has. Robs doesn't. Just the one, and that'll do. Robs and Carrigan, 5 kills between the two of them. 9 T rounds here on Inferno.
Kind of wonder that opening kill from Robs. It didn't even feel real that it was happening because he was just walking up Boiler alone. You can see some risks being taken now. That opening kill is what threw this round into a bit of a tailspin. It created the gap on A, then the fight went down towards B. That's a massive response right there from FaZe. I still can't believe that Robs just walked out mid and took that fight. That is wild, but Simple. Just to try and level the field here, looking for an opener immediately. He's going to be sent packing by a flash in space. Liberty's now FaZe. They're trying to take a lot more room. They know they can turn the heat up on NAVI now.
Yeah, they've found their mojo. NAVI still chasing it. And there's been a dynamic feel to this FaZe clan.
It means that NAVI can never be caught sleeping on any of these choke points. You just have to love what they're throwing their way.
You just never know what you're going to get next.
Yeah, the spanner in the works with these dry walkouts. We saw Rain try it earlier. Rob's got away with it. And with these walkouts, it's just going to keep NAVI in a position where they can't gamble, they can't hedge. They have to lock down these positions. They have to keep eyes on.
Util, that must force Electronic out. He's blind, burning, Simple the same. Look at the damage. And he's gone! Hungry for the repeat. And it is a deadly sin. Greed gets Simple. Bit, but a lot to do with a very less than ideal buy. Still brings Carrigan low. But Brokey so far forward and Bit stubborn on the defense. What is that from Carrigan? Tracers reveal him. They're so close to one another. This is all hanging by a thread, and it's Electronic. Sets NAVI up for collection. Can they really find a way in? Is there anything to be said for FaZe Clan? 10 seconds is all they have to work with, and there's a setup. One and done. Brokey can't get to the bomb, and NAVI make it 3.
Well handled now, but the best they can get is 6 here. Look, and I said the best they can get is 6. We know that NAVI can have a vicious T-side too, but we're just seeing them work into things. Bit of an odd one there from Simple, right? Caught off by that molly. You can see this here. He doubted the spread. He doubted the spread. Runs across, peeks back, licks him in the final moments there and gives the opener to Rain, but not enough for FaZe to get on the board. And look what has happened now to FaZe. These close rounds, the nature in which they have unfolded, left them in a bit of a financial situation right now. They're going to have to sit back, hold on to their pennies. The opportunity now for NAVI to build back.
Pressure is felt by everyone, Chad. It's just a matter of how they react to it.
Conversation now for FaZe is about not losing the momentum going into the second half. You want to try and keep this tit for tat. You don't just want to lose the last 3-4 rounds consecutively here. You want to make sure that you're competitive, you're keeping the fight up, they're close.
Yeah, I mean, best case, we get to see a bomb plan and a couple of kills, but I don't know who to look and call upon for that.
Yeah, and it's just the same from FaZe here. This is what we saw from Heroic versus NAVI just the other day. Stalled out, very slow Inferno.
Ooh, that's a little naughty, but it's more hopeful than anything. And that might take hope away. Ooh. Just making sure any of our newer viewers know what Inferno looks like. The nooks and crannies.
They're taking our time, exploring the entire map. Not only that, but they're trying to bait out some of this CT util, force them into a rebuy in the next, and that's why it's this very pokey little play with the pistols. Show their face, drop back, and then eventually run into the meat grinder. Simple's going to get the first here. Perfecto and Boomage over towards B to do some damage. Boomage and Perfecto going to lock this one down and through the smoke. Swiss gets one. But that'll be it, says Boomage. He's going to be happy with that. A couple of eco kills to get him up to 3 in total. Needs to get his confidence going. Boomage has been fantastic for this team once they've made it to the playoffs here. He's been extremely mobile as an in-game leader across the map, impact frags, so want to get him online. Could be looking at something a little bit more pacey here, Alex. Just taking note, taking stock of the purchases that FaZe are starting to equip here. Timeout taken for NAVI. The second opportunity. I think Blade knows that if they can get to that 6 mark, they're still in this map. It is not done just yet. Started bleak, started absolutely miserable for NAVI. That pressure point of Arch time and time again. Hemorrhaging rounds, but right now they're back in it.
Yeah, Blade, somewhat of a savant for Counter-Strike, and now probably just making sure with his abacus that everyone is on the same page as to what can be coming their way.
It's a bit curious if they're going to be expecting a buy like this. So he's trying to get, they're trying to get the most out of this before it gets too out of control here. It's curious if they want to use pace behind this. They didn't buy any HEs. Normally, if you had a couple of nades, you'd lob them forward, soften up on the faster pace. It's not so easy to do when you don't have any nades in place. You're going to have to hope for a couple of good flashes here, but a set piece definitely on the line. Check that radar out. 4 players for FaZe, quickly making their way up second mid. This is one of the pocket strats you need if you want to win a major grand final.
4 members of FaZe Clan Stampede. Simple has to recede. Double flame. Smoke for more pressure, but call that off.
That's huge. That is massive from NAVI right there. It doesn't seem like a lot, but that is all the investment in utility gone for FaZe immediately.
Look
that was
how
a
many
pocket
smokes.
strat. Yeah, they were hoping to get away with a lot of space. That actually means a lot. NAVI have just stalled them out completely here. They have to come up with something on the fly.
Wow, there was 5 smokes. Bloom in the opening 10 seconds, and there's more replacing that.
These flashes here that Brokey are lining up is perfect. Try and get a bit of a waterfall strat coming out, but they will need to get past 3. Bit in Electronic are hard to break, and Simple's there as well.
3 players, 3 flashbangs.
These are going to have to be absolutely perfect here. If NAVI aren't blind, there's no way in for FaZe. They're just going to get shut out of this.
Yeah, but Rain is going to be the one to come in last, looking to clean up the mess. And here comes the commit, lots of flashes. Rain has opened the account for FaZe. Simple, one back, hard shots, and Rain shuts down Simple, long range. FaZe with a cobbled together buy, Mac-10s, a single rifle, pistols, break into the A site, and Boomich and Perfecto just have to sit back.
I can't speak to how ridiculous that is. NAVI negated the initial onslaught. They had a strat that they wanted to run from spawn. You don't see that too often. We've been seeing default spreads throughout. That right there was a strat straight from spawn. You can see the nature behind it. The smoke's already in the air. Molotovs, multiple Molotovs from NAVI come out top mid, and you think that's done. That's completely over right here. But Brokey, we saw him in that position before, and you saw how good those flashes are. They're meant to waterfall over as your players are jumping out apartments. If that pit player wants to fight, he's going to get wiped. And that's exactly what happened. Bomb goes off again, and FaZe. What a half this has been.
So for the first rounds, we witnessed Simple being the target. Those flashes have Electronic's name written all over them.
Yeah, that was beautiful stuff right there. The fact that they were able to pull something out of their back pocket after the initial strategy didn't work, I'm loving this. You can see the flashes
Bang.
here perfectly highlighted.
Bang.
They continue to come on over. A couple of them, you can see in the feed, Brokey getting flash assist there, and that's exactly what you want from a strat like that. That is the pressure now turned up on NAVI. Saved gun Shaw. A couple of line buys around this here. I said 9-6 would be all right. 11-4 sounds absolutely miserable here for NAVI.
Yeah, it's looking ludicrous. Boomich though, this is what he does best. A double out of Boom. Bit and Boom. Bang. And the final round of this first half, they do get the opportunity to at least remedy this defense. Hall 5 does seem like it is a must. Carrigan just forced to sit back and watch as his 3 remaining compatriots look to bring something out of this round. NAVI seem to have a good idea as to where they're coming from. It was Rain before. Can he possibly find a way in again? Heard now.
Let's roll.
Hi, I play A.
Hello, I play.
Hi mid.
Hello, I go B.
Move it, son.
One from A. One from A. Ram. Ram.
I. One lap.
Defusing.
IBB.
Sorry.
Are we rushing in? Or are we going sneaky beaky like?
I smoke.
Throwing smoke. Grenade out. Grenade out. Flashbang.
Two ram. Nice. One more.
Smoke.
One more. One. Ram. Yellow ram.
Throwing
Go B.
Two palace.